Good morning, everyone. Welcome to the latest RISCO webinar. I'd like to thank you all for joining us today, and I hope everyone's staying well. It's Greg Smith, again, Marketing Manager for the UK and Ireland. With me is Glyn Riley, our Chief Technical Sales Engineer, and today joining us is Simon Ormston, who's our Internal Sales Manager. They'll both be available after the webinar to take any questions of a technical or sales supply nature that you may have. On this session, we'll be talking in depth about the RISCO detector range and the technologies that underpin it. You'll see that you're all set to mute, and once the presentation's completed, we'll take some questions at that stage. Okay, I'd like to start with a little bit of background about RISCO, and before any of our panels, sounders, video technologies entered the fray, detectors pretty much were what we produced. So we've got over 40 years experience doing it, with the company being formed in 1978. We've also been at the forefront of the digital revolution, and our detectors have made some quite significant advancements in recent times. Our algorithms, such as Anti-Cloak and sway recognition, these have led the way in terms of innovation. Now, I'll come on to this in a bit more detail later on. We've probably got the widest range of detectors out there for residential, commercial, industrial applications, and these cover indoor and outdoor and wired and wireless. In terms of configuration and diagnostics, we're proven pioneers in delivering additional time and cost savings to installers with our RISCO cloud and configuration software. This presentation, what we've done is we're going to deliver it in three main sections, which you can see on the screen. We'll start with an overview of how motion detectors work. Then we'll move on to the state-of-the-art detection technologies, for which RISCO is renowned. And then we'll finish with an introduction to a few examples of current, recently launched and forthcoming detectors. Firstly, I'd like to take you all back to school for a brief lesson in how motion detectors work. I know for some of you, it's going to be like teaching your grandmother to suck eggs, but it's important that everybody's on the same page. Okay, firstly, motion detectors work by collecting infrared or IR energy that's emitted from warm objects moving into the detection area. From this received IR energy, a segmented lens creates a pair of PIR beams. The beams are then projected onto the sensor inside the detector. The IR energy of an intruder is compared to the IR energy of the surrounding area. The difference in these two values is then converted into an electrical signal. I'd now like to talk about how catch performance is maximised with different types of sensor. So firstly, PIR, dual PIR sensor, which collects IR energy, as I mentioned on the previous slide. Then we've got dual tech, or DT. This is a dual PIR and microwave, which provides reliable detection in harsher, warmer, or higher security environments. Quad detector. Now, this provides two dual PIR sensors in one device. It provides a higher reliability compared to a standard PIR detector. Now, I'll click onto another slide, which provides a bit more detail on this. Quad and quad sec, these are available on our Beware and iWise detectors. I'll go into a bit more detail on Beware later in the presentation. But the unit contains 2 independent detectors in a single housing. Quad, this is less prone to false alarms than PIR due to the fact there are 2 sensors. It needs both channels to trigger before creating an alarm condition. Some prefer these if being fitted back to back with other detectors to avoid microwave chatter. QuadSec is used as a sequential detector, which acts like 2 separate PIRs built into one sensor, and this offers a confirmed alarm from one detector in one room. When mounted in the corner of the room, one detector covers the 2 walls or the side area, while the second detector covers the centre of the room. When an intruder enters the room via a door or window, the side area triggers. And when the intruder moves to the centre of the room, the second detector triggers, providing a sequentially confirmed alarm. I think we've slightly lost where we're up to with the presentation, so just bear with me 1 second. Right, here we are again. Okay, you might be familiar with the term creep zone or look down zone. In a nutshell, this provides higher security by protecting the area in the immediate proximity of the detector, as you can see in the illustration here. Non-PET versions of Beware and iWise detectors, as well as DigiSense DT, have creep zone. AM, or anti-mask, provides alert when an attempt at masking during onset is made. An active IR sensor is monitoring the lens transparency and detects any attempt to mask the detector's lens with IR blocking materials, say a spray can or masking tape. This provides a high level of security and is mandatory for grade 3 installations. So next up, I'd like to introduce you, or remind you in some cases, of our state-of-the-art detection technologies. Some of these include things like Anti-Cloak, K-band, sway recognition, digital correlation, variable PET threshold, smart bus, and green line. Okay, we'll start with Anti-Cloak technology, or ACT. This is a technology designed to overcome challenges when the IR signal becomes too weak. Examples of this include hot environments and cloaked intruders. Okay, as stated earlier, PIR sensors work by contrasting the room background and human body temperature. When the room temperature approaches human body temperature, say in conservatories in summer months, PIR detectors cannot detect enough signal difference, and sometimes they may miss an intruder. ACT-enabled detectors, however, these will temporarily switch to microwave-only mode, and they'll detect the intruder's movement. Okay, sometimes intruders may use IR blocking materials, say foil suits or umbrellas, to make themselves almost invisible for the PIR sensor in the detector. So the IR signal from the cloaked intruders is extremely low. Using complex pattern recognition algorithms, ACT recognise cloaking attempts and switches temporarily to microwave-only mode. Okay, so next we'll look at our cutting edge outdoor detection technologies, namely sway recognition, digital correlation and K-band. So sway recognition technology, this is a specific algorithm that uses 2 microwave channels for cancelling the effects of objects that move backwards and forwards, say trees in the wind. In effect, this means that the detector can be installed at a distance of 5 or more meters away from trees. We generally find that our competitors' detectors need to be at a minimum of 10 meters away. Digital correlation technology. This distinguishes between the patterns of real threats versus effects caused by the environment or animals through the use of correlation. Let me explain correlation a bit more. This is 2 independent PIR channels with separate lenses. These create a vertically interlacing detection pattern. So rapid temperature changes, reflections, pets, which due to the size cannot both be in PIR detection patterns at the same time. K-band. This is relevant for both indoor and outdoor detectors. You can see on the diagram that K-band has a much higher frequency than standard X-band. Higher frequency equals more information equals better accuracy. So the higher frequency means the limits of the microwave range can be better controlled, and this helps eliminate false alarms and detects slow-moving intruders. So for Lightsys and ProSys Plus, RISCO Smart Bus allows for remote diagnostics and configuration. It allows for flexibility in choosing the right wiring method, either the standard star method or daisy chain as illustrated on the diagram. RISCO Smart Bus allows for a variety of diagnostics and configuration capabilities. Some examples of that are shown there on the screen. And as you can access detector settings anytime, anywhere, via configuration software or keypad, this means no more travelling to the site, climbing a ladder, opening the detector. Pretty useful in current times. Just a little bit more on K-band for indoor. With K-band, wall penetration's reduced. This means you'll get no false alarms by people walking in a neighbouring corridor or room outside the protected area. K-band delivers a much better catch performance, detecting slow-moving intruders. Rule of thumb, higher frequency equals better accuracy. Variable PET threshold. This is a unique PIR processing technology for pet-friendly detectors that distinguishes between intruders and pets. Now, with a fixed threshold, pets may be detected dependent on their crossing speed. Detectors using a fixed threshold may miss very fast or very slow-moving intruders. VPT adapts the threshold in real time according to the crossing speed of the targets, assuring that intruders and not pets are detected accurately. Green line technology. This protects occupants from surplus microwave radiation. It disables the active microwave channel when the alarm system is disarmed and occupants are in the premises. So that provides a quick overview of our digital technology, digital detector technologies even. Installers will generally see quite a good long-term cost of ownership reduction. Less visits, less false alarms, less call-outs, easier configurations, etc., etc. So now I'd like to introduce you to, or remind you about the various RISCO detectors which we've got available, providing solutions for quite a wide range of circumstances. This webinar would probably take quite a good few hours if we were to go through each of these in detail. So for the purpose of saving everybody's time today, what I'm going to do is just focus on a handful of detectors and ranges. We'll start off with talking about our PSI award-winning Beware Smart Detector series, which comes in a wide range, wireless, wired, bus models, along with PIR, quad and DT variants, some of the things I talked about earlier. One of the first things you'll see about Beware is the large lens with a convex shape. This maximises PIR detection efficiency and it results in a best-in-class catch performance. All RDT models come equipped with K-band, which, as mentioned before, the latest and most advanced microwave technology in the industry, and it provides unparalleled false alarm immunity. DT models also include anti-cloak technology for best catch performance of cloaked intruders and in warm environments. Wireless and bus models have remote diagnostics and configuration for things like sensitivity, microwave range and more, which reduces the need for on-site visits. Finally, without blowing our own trumpet, we think Beware looks great and it can really provide a uniform look with a smart and modern design of both wired and wireless detectors. So next are our iWave range of wireless two-way detectors. These detectors benefit from advanced signal processing algorithms, true temperature compensation, variable PET threshold, K-band, and remote diagnostics. iWave on the left is available as a PIR, PET PIR, DT, and DT PET. iWave on the right is a PIR and PET PIR camera detector model with a similar design, but can also be used for visual verification. It's got an integrated camera, discrete IR flash for clear images in complete darkness, and it provides visual alarm verification with both video clips and images via the iRISCO mobile app. Currently, this model's only available on the Agility and WeCom systems. Coming very soon, this is the RISCO Piccolo two-way detector, which will have both wired and wireless versions. We think it's a great new and very discreet detector with a lens, again, featuring a convex shape for maximum PIR detection efficiency, 10-meter coverage, and remote diagnostics and configuration. RISCO's got a range of IP65 rated outdoor detectors. The Beyond, this is now available in both wired and wireless. It's been a huge success story with pretty good reason. It comes with dual technology with 2 PIR channels, 2 lenses and 2 K-band microwave channels. It's got sway recognition, digital correlation, immunity, tamper, anti-mask, and an accelerometer alerting on attempts to harm the detector. We now also have the Beyond DT Cam. This is the only wireless outdoor DT detector with camera for visual alarm verification, which is via the iRISCO or Free Control mobile apps. Both Beyonds have a contemporary look and they're perfect for the home environment. Finally, we also have now have the wireless outdoor curtain DT. This will soon also be available as a wired version. It's got dual technology. It's got a narrow PIR beam. This features a 1 meter width at the end of a 12 meter coverage range. Very narrow indeed. It also has K-band microwave and an active IR anti-mask. Can be mounted up to 3.6 meters, and again can benefit from remote configuration via bus or wireless. So finally for today, just thought I'd let you know we'll be very soon launching this very sleek looking 2-way wireless door window contact. This will benefit from improved performance, sensitivity, and it has a simple installation process. Key technical features include a magnetic reed-based digital switch, accelerometer-based shock technology, and optional universal or shutter input. And it comes at a very slim depth of 10.4 millimeters. So that's everything from me for now. Thank you very much for your time and for joining us today.